In 2001, the world watched on as the Central Asian country of Afghanistan was freed from the cruel and oppressive Taliban rule. BBC reporter John Simpson was in the capital city of Kabul in those first days of the new regime and witnessed the country take back control from the Taliban. 20 years on, he has returned to Kabul to find out how things have changed.
Well, for 20 years after the Taliban fell, everything changed. Buildings went up amazingly. Everybody seemed to get a car. Kids were able to go to school in unprecedented numbers. And people felt able to say what they wanted and do what they wanted.
But in August this year, US President Joe Biden withdrew troops from the country and the Taliban quickly seized power again. This led to thousands of people fleeing, families going into hiding, and wealthy nations like the UK and the US withdrawing funding from the country, which has meant the economy is now hugely suffering.
The Taliban have absolutely no control whatever over the economy, which has just collapsed. That means that nobody's got any money, nobody knows whether they're going to be able to buy food or that all the necessary supplies to get through probably a pretty bad winter, and there's a lot of fear around.
On top of this, there are worries that history may repeat itself for young people. 20 years ago, girls were banned from going to school, with some even being attacked for defying the rules. But John saw some positive signs.
Schools are pretty much full, and although you hear that the Taliban are stopping girls going to school, just like they did when they were in power before, from 1996 to 2001, that isn't happening this time. In fact, the Taliban are just keeping entirely quiet.
With cold weather drawing in and many people not able to afford food, fuel, or even safe places to sleep, John says it could be a very tough time for many families.
People haven't had their salaries paid for months now, not since the Taliban came in. There is no cash to buy food.
Usually when poorer countries are struggling financially, wealthy governments step in to help feed the citizens. But John explains why this isn't happening in Afghanistan.
The British, the Americans, most of the outside world, the World Bank, all these people think that the best way to make the Taliban behave better is to cut off the money to them. The trouble is that it's ordinary people that suffer from this. Parents simply don't have the cash to buy food for their kids. And at the moment, the outside world in general is taking the line of cutting off the money to the Taliban. This will be revisited at some stage and people will think maybe we should change our minds.